Today, a dragon looks out defiantly over Mametz Wood, a reminder of events here 100 years ago. It was the 7th day of the Battle of the Somme. The British High Command ordered the wood to be captured in preparation for a fresh Allied assault. Entrusted with the task, the 38th Welsh Division, a volunteer force made up of clerks, colliers and farmers, lying in wait, some of the most elite troops in the whole German army.
The Germans had put elements of the Prussian Guard in there. This was the finest army in the world at the time, the German army. It had the best equipment, it was the best trained, it was a professional army.
At 8:30 a.m. on July the 7th, troops advanced down the slope behind me. It was hoped artillery would create a smokescreen to conceal their advance. That never materialised, leaving the infantry exposed to sweeping machine gun fire from the side and from the wood itself. Subjected to such overwhelming firepower, the attack stopped short amid heavy casualties. 3 days later, the Welsh attacked again, this time entering the wood. After 2 days and nights of bloody hand-to-hand fighting, they'd succeeded in capturing the ground, but at great cost. The division had suffered 4,000 casualties, 1,000 killed. Private Oliver Loosemore from Penrith Khyber was one of them. Told his sight was too poor for frontline service, he nonetheless applied for a transfer to the Welsh Division.
I think he would have been horrified. I don't think any of them realised how terrible that war would be. I think it's probably the most terrible war that has ever been.
Sam White survived to tell the tale and wrote poetry about his experiences, read here by his great-nephew Rob.
Our brave heroic colonel, while leading first to fall, in falling cheered us onwards with words that thrilled us all, although put out of action, would not be taken back until he'd seen his gallant boys well into the attack. In a way, I guess it was a way of catharsis, of getting it out of his system, getting it down in print, but he certainly never talked about it.
Many weren't as lucky as Sam White. Among the dead lying at Flatiron Copse Cemetery, 2 sets of brothers, Lieutenants Leonard and Arthur Tregaskis, who'd returned from Canada to enlist. Also Tom and Henry Hardwidge from Ferndale, said to have died in each other's arms. The bravery of this volunteer army fighting their first major battle has earned a special place in Welsh folklore.
We should never ever say it was futile, that it was worthless, that it was pointless. Those men had a job to do. Yes, it was mind-numbing. Yes, it was horrific, but they were so proud of what they'd done during that second week of July.
This week, descendants of those men will join the great and the good in remembering their deeds. 100 years on, the memory of their sacrifice endures. Richard Morgan, ITV News at Mametz Wood.